What is up, guys? It is Ornzel here, coming at you with a combo explanation. This is just a way for me to explain how combos work and how the chain links work and just how everything works in specific decks. Of course, I'm going to be starting off with Dark Magicians. I've seen a few in real life duel videos with Dark Magician, and some people get confused on how the chain links work. But of course, since you guys know that I've practiced a lot with this on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, I know exactly how every chain link resolves and how and when things activate after the resolutions and whatnot. So the main thing I want to demonstrate is when you have Magician's Rod in the grave and you have a Magician's Navigation face down and a Dark Magic Circle on the field. So your opponent, say, activates Mystical Space Typhoon on your Magician's Navigation. You would chain it as a chain link 2, and your opponent doesn't have anything to respond to that, so you would summon a Dark Magician and a Magician of Dark Illusion. After those links resolve, because Dark Magician was summoned and because you activated a spell or trap, Magician's Rod and Circle will activate at the same time, and just like Clipboards when they're tribute summoned, like say you tribute for a stealth, you get to choose how the chain is formed. So mainly what I do is I start off by using Magician's Rod and then using Dark Magic Circle as chain link 2. This way, at least in my testing, your opponent cannot activate something like Solemn Notice, or Strike, I should say, to stop Magician's Rod, because if they were to activate it, they would be attempting to negate Circle, because it was the last thing that was activated, and that wouldn't work. So, as Chain Link 1, Magician's Rod would tribute the Dark Magician, and then Chain Link 2, DMC would target an opponent's card. And if your opponent didn't have anything to respond to that, then the link would resolve backwards, Dark Magic Circle would banish the opponent's card, and then Magician's Rod would be added to the hand. Now, after that, after those resolve, because Dark Magic Circle is activated, you would then be able to activate the effect of Magician of Dark Illusion that was summoned off of the navigation, being able to summon Dark Magician out of the graveyard. And then, say, again, your opponent doesn't have a response, and you then have your Dark Magician and your Magician of Dark Illusion on the field. And so that's how it would work. Next, I think next would be explained with Eternal Soul. It would kind of work the same way. You have Dark Magic Circle on the field, you activate Eternal Soul to summon Dark Magician. Actually, here's how I'm going to play this. Your opponent activates Mystical Space Typhoon on your Eternal Soul, and they have a monster. And you have a... How do I explain this? Trying to think here. Because I know that there's a way... There was a way that I figured out that after Eternal Soul's self-destruct effect, that you were able to summon Magician's Rod. Actually, hold up. I think it was with Robe. Yeah. With Robe, if Eternal Soul face up is destroyed and it nukes your opponent's field, and it activates in the graveyard, destroying all of the monsters you control, you can still summon Robe back from your grave. Because it says because it only summons itself. It doesn't require anything else other than for you to activate a spell trap effect. And of course, it does not say that it needs to be optional. So how it would work is, say your opponent Twin Twistered your face-up Eternal Soul and your Dark Magic Circle. And then you would activate Eternal Soul to grab a Dark Magic deck from your deck, for example. After that link resolves, Eternal Soul will activate first, and then you would have the option to summon Robe. Of course, you do not want to summon Robe because it would be summoned as a chain link 2, and then Eternal Soul will resolve as Chain Link 1, and thus destroying Magician's Robe and banishing it. This is not what you want to do. You want to wait for Eternal Soul to resolve, and then you can summon Magician's Robe without having it being destroyed afterwards. So, yeah. Next on the chopping block, another combo to explain. This is moving away from the Dark Magic Circle and the Rod and Robe. This is a little combo that I discovered, a few combos I discovered with Zephyros. And that's bouncing back Rod and Dark Magic Circle. And this is why I only play 2 of it now. So I'm going to start off with the Robe combo. Say you have Zephyros and Rod in your hand, or Zephyros and Rod in your graveyard, and you have Dark Magic Veil in your hand. You'd play the Veil, summon back the Rod, use Zephyros' effect, bounce the Rod back to your hand, and then you can still normal summon the Rod and get the search. That's a personal favorite combo of mine. This is just for if you don't have anything else to use, like Chocolate Magician Girl or Summon a Monk or, whatever. Next is Zephyros and Dark Magic Circle. It's just refreshing Dark Magic Circle. That's really it, because I discovered that playing 3 can get cloggy, and yes, while Summoner Monk can be useful for filtering out the hand, opening up to Dark Magic Circle is just kinda not really something that you would want, and having multiple on the field doesn't give any extra value. It actually just takes up a spot on the field, just like a floating Call to Haunted or a floating Fiendish Chain. So refreshing your Dark Magic Circles with Zephyros is pretty useful as well. Zephyros is also useful for, say you have a Dark Magic Veil in your hand, but you have Secret Village on the field, and you have no spellcasters. Zephyros in the grave, bounce it back, get back a Dark Spellcaster, and then you can replay the Secret Village, and say you had these 2 in the grave, Zephyros and Dark Illusion. Then you had this on the field and this in your hand. Add back Village with Zephyros, special Zephyros, Dark Magic Veil the Dark Illusion. Then you can play the Secret Village, and then after that resolves, Dark Illusion activates and summons the Dark Magician. Something some people might be confused with is whether or not you can use Dark Illusion's effect by summoning it off of Dark Magic Veil, and my answer to that is you can't, because Dark Illusion gets summoned as Dark Magic Veil is resolving its effect, and so it wouldn't be on the field as you activate the effect, and that's why you would not be able to summon immediately after summoning Dark Illusion off of Dark Magic Veil. A few things I should mention is Illusion Magic definitely helps you out for targeting effects. For example, you go first and your opponent drops an effect Veiler on your Magician's Rod. So you would summon the Rod, activates effect to search, your opponent chains Veiler, and then you chain Illusion Magic. So you would add not only the original target that you wanted from the Rod, but you would also add 2 Dark Magicians from your deck, because it is first turn, and you probably don't have any in your graveyard, because there's no way for you to have any in your graveyard. But yeah, that's just a small combo explanation as to how the deck works and different things that you can do. I definitely will do a little more experimenting with different combos and whatnot to see what else you'd be able to do. But as for right now, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave that like and comment down below. Subscribe for future content like this, and I will see you guys next time. Zoran Dozel, signing out. Peace, guys.